In this episode, we want to give you some pro tips for how to use the entire fretboard. It's a question we ask the community, but also me and Hayes are going to give our ideas for this. Here we go.
Hey there, music makers. I'm Hayes Griffin.
I'm Magnus Zetterlund.
And welcome to the Mandolin Secrets Podcast, a show where we take a deeper look at what's happening in the world of mandolin secrets. Each episode will tackle our questions of the week, unpack the latest mandolin secrets and guitar club lessons, and answer your questions about mandolin, guitar, and all things music. In this episode, we'll be discussing what is the biggest struggle when it comes to fretboard knowledge, how do you visualize scales on the mandolin and guitar. Is there a book you've read that was valuable to your music playing? And Magnus has a new video lesson to show off. Before we dive into this week's discussion, though, be sure to head to mandolinsecrets.com/podcast to sign up for reminders about our upcoming episodes.
Cool. And one more thing that we want to do today is we're going to play back his example lesson of the one string solo. But
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, and we can't forget it because that's almost what got me here today. To finally hear it. No, seriously. But still, I mean, somehow the main topic for this episode is using the entire fretboard, and it's also related to in April. We are running Mandolin Secrets, the Fretboard Success group coaching program, like helping basically beginner and intermediate players go into more advanced playing by using the upper part of the neck and getting to understand all essential music theory. So we asked also the community, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to fretboard knowledge? And let me quickly see here. I just had it here 1 minute ago. And it's quite often the same, like in the style, the answers. But a lot of people that I see is coming from either guitar or bass. And then they're like a little bit just understanding the tuning in fifth is a little bit challenging. So like Steve is saying here, I spend a lot of time learning the fretboard for guitar and bass. I'm comfortable with naming and finding notes and intervals. Then the tuning of the mandolin is inverted. And to transfer that knowledge from bass and guitar to mandolin is, difficult and a struggle. But see many people saying like that. And like Helen is saying, she want to be more adventurous with playing up the neck, especially with chords and improvisation. But, how to get there is the question.
Yeah. The million-dollar question.
Mm-hmm. And, but I think the way that I like to teach this and the sort of the advices I have is because I like seeing patterns over the fretboard, but not only relying on patterns or boxes, but also connected with like proper music knowledge for what notes makes up a scale, what intervals makes up a chord, so that we can connect those patterns and the shapes with some, with more grounded musical theory knowledge. And I have a feeling that you have the similar approach to this, Hayes.
Absolutely, yeah. And since we've done, Fretboard Success together, many times at this point, I've really appreciated getting inside of your approach to this, because I think we do share a lot of overlap in how we like to think about the fretboard knowledge. But to me, the one thing that I loved about Fretboard Success the first few times I did it is this kind of concept that I call installing anchor points on the fingerboard. So essentially just being able to identify individual notes across all of the strings and having a method for doing that. And I really love, like, your note name fixer exercise and stuff like that. I think exercises like that are really good at least making that first crack and opening in the door for people to get inside the fretboard, you know.
Exactly, and it's the way it's almost like the way that when I was like opening up the fretboard and doing my fretboard mapping, it's sort of like it's like a map, and you're kind of conquering different areas of this map one at a time, sort of.
Yeah.
At first, it's somehow blurry. Well, you know the first position notes, because that's where we're starting to play the mandolin, learning our fiddle tunes and all that. And maybe we also kind of one quick connection is to make is on 12th fret, the patterns and the notes repeating themselves, sort of.
Yeah.
So, but then, like eventually we're like working out. Well, it's these things are difficult to describe in words, but you get the idea that then maybe you'll learn how to one box for C major scale, and you can play it at a few different places at the neck. There are still some gray spots in between, but you know how to shift, and you can use the upper part of the neck.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to. It's not like we're learning the fretboard from fret 0 and the way up. I mean, maybe there are some blurry parts around fret 8 or 9 or whatever it may be, but eventually all these things comes together.
Absolutely. I like the map analogy for that too, because when you're talking about moving from one position, like a lower position that you're familiar with, to a position up the neck, it's like driving from your hometown to a nearby city. It's like, you know that it's over there somewhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you know the road that takes you there, but you may not know everything in between those two cities, you know? It's kind of, and you don't need to, right?
No.
Like, not at least at first, you know?
No, exactly. And I think that's also like one approach of the program, and one thing to give the students, that don't be afraid of using the upper part of the neck. I mean, there are quick ways to get there.
Yeah.
So use the upper part of the neck, and well, eventually you will use the entire fretboard. And
absolutely. Mandolins are expensive. We paid for all those frets. We need to learn how to use them, you know?
But also seeing the comments from my community, they some people are kind of appreciating the symmetry of the mandolin fretboard, because the guitar is a little bit different in that way.
Don't remind me. Like, we're talking about teaching fretboard success for mandolin, and I'm about to start a fretboard mapping course for the guitar, and no joke, when I was writing the curriculum for it, my logic fell apart almost immediately for how I was going to teach the guitar fretboard, because of the relationship from the G to the B string. Like, the mandolin is totally symmetrical, and the guitar would have been if it wasn't for that relationship from the G. It changed a lot.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this highlight video. If you want to watch the entire episode, you can do it inside Mandolin Secrets Academy. Or you can also go to like your favorite podcast platform and listen to an audio version of this podcast episode. You can also go to our website to listen to the podcast. The web address is mandolinsecrets.com/podcast. And always remember, be a music maker.